Welcome back to Third Coast Podcast. You're watching episode 256.
Third Coast Podcast. Welcome back to episode 256, and I'm joined today with Mr. Joshua Townley, aka just Josh. That's what I've always called you.
Yeah, it was
anyway.
Josh. It's always been Josh. I grew up as Josh.
You actually kind of shocked me though, because I forgot that Joshua.
Yeah.
Joshua. So proper, so defined.
Yeah. Biblical. Intentionally.
Yeah, I prefer going by Joe than Joseph.
Yeah.
Why we had to be named Bible names?
I don't know. I guess we grew up in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, that is very true.
You know?
A lot of Southern Baptist, Pentecostal, a lot of religion around.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyways, y'all know what it is. I'm Joe What It Do Gators, sitting here with one of my long-time friends. We've been friends since high school, middle school, elementary school. A lot of different paths, a lot of different journeys. But now, I didn't know, and as y'all can see, Josh is an accordion player. Is that the proper terminology to address that?
Yeah,
Right.
accordion player.
All right. So how long have you been playing the accordion for?
We're in 25. I think I bought it in January 21. So about 4-something years, yeah. 4 years. I bought it. I remember it was a birthday present to myself. So I think it was January 27th, 2021.
And with like purchasing the accordion, you just was like, hey, can I just get that one because it looked good at the time?
No. So here's the story. I wanted to play accordion after I came to my first void, believe it or not. I knew I wanted to play accordion before that, but whenever I came to my first void, something told me that they needed French music here, like a real accordion player. So I went to Lafayette Music in Lafayette. I wanted to get an accordion, so I said, hey, do y'all have any accordions? I think the Kia C is the one to get. And they said, yeah, we do. It was a Hohner Arietta accordion. It cost $400.
Golly.
Yeah, $400. And I brought that home, and I broke through the thumb strap by Saturday afternoon. And I don't know how to play. I never squeezed one before or anything. I just wanted to play, got one, and it had a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I went and brought it back that next Monday because it didn't sound good. It didn't have that real authentic sound that I wanted to play. And so I brought it back, and then I went to Martin Accordions, and I just asked them, like, hey, what is up with accordions? Like, do you have one? And they said, well, it'd be about this much to make one. It'd take this so long. I said, well, do you have any used ones? And they said, well, yeah, we do. And they brought out this black Accordiana. It's got the peacock on the bellows, that not triangle, it's a diamond that stretches in. They call it a peacock. And I had that one for a bunch of years. And it was about $1,100.
Oh.
Yeah. For somebody that's never played an instrument that really wanted to play, that was the price to enter. So I got it, and that's the one I learned on,
Well, I mean, if you're going to spend the money, might as well keep to the commitment, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And
but I wanted to play that bad, Like I just really wanted to learn how to play.
And from some of the sets that I saw you play, you picked it up and you're rolling with it. You're good.
From
real
nowhere.
Good.
From nowhere. It took a while to get the right and the left hand to do this and do that. Like, that was tough. But everything else, it's just been a lot of exposure. I live over there in Acadiana, so I'm exposed to, like, the textbook. There is no textbook. It's YouTube and in person, going to see these people play. And there's a lot of opportunity to see that, like the what do you call it? The jam sessions. There's a lot of jam sessions. There's like at Mark Savoy's place in Eunice. There's one at Bayou Teche Brewery in Arnaville, where I currently live. There's one at the Farmers Market in Lafayette on a Saturday morning at Marcus Park. And let me tell you, there's nothing better than hearing that, walking around for smelling fresh donuts and looking at frozen pork and stuff. There's nothing better. It's their true Louisiana experience.
I would have told you to bring me some beer from Bayou Teche. Shout out Bayou Teche. They got some good ass brews there.
Joe, I live about a mile away.
That'd be
from Bayou
dangerous
Teche
for
Brewery.
me. It'd be like, oh, I wonder where Joe's at.
Yeah, I live right by Bayou Teche, 2 blocks away from Bayou Teche. Beautiful over there in Ortonville.
So when you're playing the accordion, it's you gotta be omnidextrous, basically. You using both of your hands. So there's buttons, and there's buttons you have to push on both sides of the accordion.
Well, there's buttons on both sides. They do different things. On this side, this is like your drum, basically. This is like your boom and your bow. You know,
All
your
right.
boom, bow, bow, boom, bow, bow.
Yeah.
That's what this side is, and on this side, this plays the melody.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it's like you're the whole band in one.
Yes.
You keep your own bass and you keep the melody going.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that's what it's considered, yeah. That's what I've learned about it, is that that's why you have that. That's what the purpose of the left side is. And on the bigger accordions, there's many more buttons, and I have no idea what the deal is with all that. There's so many.
So where does the accordion originate from? Germany?
This one?
Or just like in
this style?
general? Or there's like different styles?
Oh, yeah, there's many different style of
okay.
accordions. They're tuned, and there's different reed. I guess there's huge reeds and small reeds, and these reeds and this kind of melodeon is from Germany. They'll use a certain scale, like on a piano. What's there, 8 different scales? 9?
8. Yeah.
So they choose like a 4 and 5 or something reed tune, and they'll put that in those melodeons. But the bigger accordions, it's the whole range, and then they combine the certain reeds. Like some of those 80-something bass buttons on the left-hand side, some of those are like 3 noted buttons. One button plays like a C, E and G, maybe C, E, G. Is that the first 35th? Yeah, so one of those, and then it's the whole scale.
Oh, all right.
There'll be like 5 or 6 rows buttons on those left-hand side, and that's what those buttons do. But on this accordion, this is a key of C accordion, and on the left side is only C and G. So when you pull, it's a G. When you push, it's a C. That's it.
Huh.
So-
well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like you can really, what's it called when if I'm playing an F on my right hand, but I'm pulling a G. What's that called when the music don't match up?
I can't
Come on, you're a
think.
music guy.
I'm not. I can't think right now.
Yeah. I don't know what that's called. See, I never grew up playing music. I never grew up to play any instrument.
Bridge, maybe? No.
Cross.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't get me too technical. I just woke up a while ago.
and you know, I've been doing this so long, and I still don't know truly the notes I'm playing. On the C, it's easy because it's just C, D, F, G, A, B, C. But when you start getting into D and stuff, it's different. But when you start playing that accordion, it's feel. It is feel. Like you really have to feel the music in order to play it.
So, which one is this exactly? The C?
Yeah, this is a C.
So, which other ones are there?
Whichever ones you could. I mean, you can get any. You can get B flat. You can get E flat.
Oh,
You
really?
can get
Oh,
G,
so
you
it goes
can-
in the whole range?
Whatever you want. But
Is it bass clef or treble clef in which it played? Well, like, do you read sheet music on it?
No.
No?
It's all feel.
Okay.
Dude, it's all feel. I mean, I'm serious. There is very few publications in which you can get to learn the Cajun French accordion. There's very few. I've tried some, and it's really just feel. A lot of YouTube. At first, I had to slow down and watch their fingers because that's the most, shout out to YouTube for having that kind of thing for our culture, is that I'm able to see that whenever I want, wherever I want. And I was able to teach myself mainly because of YouTube. When I would go see him in person, that's only a short amount of time you can see him in person. I'm a family man. I'm a dad. So YouTube, I'm able to watch old and new recordings and video of people playing accordion. And there's some people purposely showing you. Shout out to them, to all of them. That's how I learned. Chris Miller in Lacassine was a lot of the videos I watched. And he's good. He's lights out. I think he's Chris Miller in Bayou Roots out of Lacassine. Great band.
I can't speak right now. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Third Coast Podcast Productions. Well, how many subscribers we got now? We got almost 500. We almost there. A little bit closer. I don't know. This is kind of weird for me. Usually I'm doing podcasts in the afternoon. My mind's more awake. I'm trying to get the ball rolling right now. It seems like it ain't wanting to push out. It's like work, brain, work.
Well, this is so new. I mean, I grew up not playing accordion and not listening to French music or anything. We were neighbors.
Yeah.
And so like you're talking to me and really questioning me on something that you have no idea that I've really even done until I was brave enough to start walking around the void and start playing this accordion and be like, hey, we need this here. When everybody's laying around at noon trying to wake up and I bust out that accordion to start playing out of nowhere, people just started looking around like, oh, that's Cricket. That's Cricket. That's Cricket playing that damn accordion, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
So how many songs do you like currently know and can just like, I'm playing, I don't know, blah, blah, blah right now. You can just do it off Jump Street. And with less than
about
5
20
years,
something,
yeah,
you know,
less than 5 years too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think the number is maybe about 20. I think the last time I counted is about 22 because how long ago? This was just a couple months ago. The Nelson Elementary School in Lake Charles had Louisiana Day, and on Facebook someone sent me a message that they were looking for an accordion player for the Louisiana Day. I thought about it and I was like, I don't know, should I do that? Should I? So I decided to do it and I go and I started looking at I sat down and I was like, okay, what songs do I play? And I started writing them all down in a note. And I was like, man, I know a bunch of songs. I think my last count was 22. And then I've learned a couple since then, you know. I'm always learning new ones.
So do you have any like originals that you've been working to make for yourself, or is it just recreations of other Cajun music?
It's a lot of recreation of others. You know, it's a lot of recreation. I have one original that I call the Atelier Waltz, and I don't have any lyrics or anything to it, but it's kind of a song. When you listen to French music, you only realize, especially on the accordion, there's only 10 buttons, and there's 20 variations because it's diatonic. So in is one note, out's the other. So there's 20 different notes you can play. So it's all style. And a lot of those songs run together. But once I was really able to dissect the different songs and know what to hear for, that's when I started learning more and more and more, you know.
Oh, that's great. Waltz.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
So
Yes.
is there a lot of different kinds of waltz you play, or is it just like...
Kinds of waltz, yeah, there's many different names, like the name of the song, Family Waltz, 99-Year Waltz. You know, there's so many different waltzes, but that's the ones I like the most. I love a waltz.
Was that what you were playing earlier?
Yeah, I was
All
playing a waltz earlier. That was the Family Waltz. That's one of my new songs that I've been working on that I really like. Cheryl Cormier and her husband have a recording that I listen to. It's so good. She plays it real slow, and it's real like it's slow and soulful. It's got so much soul. And her husband sings, and he gives it that real authentic, that real French music. I mean, it's so authentic. I love it. And he lives right there in Grand Coteau, just a few miles from me, right there. You know, it's. And I mean, there's Octa Clark is another guy that plays a lot of good waltzes. He's my favorite. He was an old man from probably around the 60s or 70s, passed by now. But he's my real inspiration when to play a good waltz. He's got them.
All right. Wood finish. Is there other types of finishes on accordions? Like, is it like the wood design is like the primary style, or is there like a different base they use to build?
No, it's really all wood, and whether you cover it with paint or you stain it clear or stain it with some kind of gloss or something. That's really the only, but I've seen a lot of cool variations of like these days. So the first Louisiana melodeon that was here was at least the first one that was built in Louisiana was black. Like they were all black. They were black, and even with no peacock, they were all black, and they were built just like that one. Not a lot's changed since they showed up here from Germany. Not a lot's changed. Like Sidney Brown was the first man in Louisiana to actually build one of these accordions here. Year maybe around the 30s or so. Once they started showing up from Germany after World War II, the factories that built those first German accordions was no longer up. They were in shambles, and they didn't reopen. So somebody in Louisiana had to start making these accordions, and Sidney Brown was the first man, and it was black.
Huh.
It wasn't until maybe Mark Savoy might have been the first one to start coloring them. He did that like that Fender guitar burst, where it's that light brown to black.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Burst, you know, that sun fade. He started doing that with accordions.
Huh.
But this is, I think that's considered a red mahogany stained accordion. The wood underneath it, I don't know. I just got one built by Andre Michaud. That's I kind of do to Oakdale, but where I'm from, my roots, I got it made out of longleaf pine. It's an old piece of pine, and then I did it with that cream frame on the front and gold bellows and real old real brass corners, real brass buttons. Like those buttons right there, like pearl. But the ones he put on there were real brass. He found somebody to do it, and he said not a lot of people. He can't find anybody that does that. That's like the one supplier he knows of. So that's not on a lot of accordions. Well,
I'm afraid to know what the ticket price on that one is with
are.
all the,
you are.
The customizations. It's probably setting you back a few dollars.
It's worth it, you know. It makes you really figure out how to manage money when you want something that bad.
But accordions can last a lifetime, right?
Yeah, they can. And they really don't need a whole lot of tuning. They can be like Amadeo Ardoin played a D accordion that was never tuned, ever. Once he had it, and it was never tuned ever.
So how does accordions fare with like the weather in Louisiana, like the heat and the humidity?
Not
bad?
Good. Yeah, bad. You can't leave it in your car. You know, there's beeswax that's around those reeds in order to give it that really airtight, efficient kind of play. And there, you can't leave it in your car. That wax will melt. It melts at a low enough temperature. It'll just get on the reeds.
Huh.
So it's got to be in an air-conditioned environment. Dry rot, you know, those bellows. The reeds and the bellows are solely made in Italy. That's the best source. Now, there's reeds you can get from like Czech Republic, make some pretty good reeds, which are actually the reeds I learned on that black accordion I have. That's Czech Republic reeds, and it don't have the same bounce as the Italian reeds do. There's something about it I couldn't explain. It's a riveted piece of metal, symmetrically cut onto another thicker piece of metal,
and that's
that
what
vibrates. Yeah, that's what vibrates.
When you were saying reeds, I was thinking of like woodwind instruments, the little reeds on top that you blow through to make the sound.
Right.
So it's metal.
It's metal.
Huh.
The older ones are brass. I think there's a blue steel, might be the best grade steel or something in the world. I think the older reeds were made with blue steel, and it gives it that real good sound. I don't know what grade of steel they use now in there. Must be good because they don't need a lot of tuning. They last a long time.
That's if you don't leave it in the heat.
That's
or
right,
in the weather. So with your upcoming set down in New Orleans, how does that make you feel? How's to be opening in a theater of all things? Is it exciting, nervous?
I think it's more exciting than anything else. I never really wanted to do anything with me playing accordion. I really never had any real goals. I just wanted to learn how to play it and play it good, you know, and a lot of old accordion players that were the first recording of an accordion for French music in Louisiana was in 1920 by Joe Falcone, who actually is the family that owns Cajun Country Rice.
All right.
Yeah.
And you just full of a whole bunch of knowledge over there.
That's the same guy. And he also built Wayne Toop's accordion. It's a Falcone. It looks like Falcon, but it's pronounced Falcone. And that's the guy. His name was Randy Falcone. I assume maybe his grandfather's Joe Falcone. That was the first recording. And since then, that they have that they have played the music more and more, but it's been kept traditional ever since. And it hasn't a lot changed. And I just wanted to sound like them. I just wanted to sound like, because they're saying it was captured, and it is what it is. It's not changing too much, except for in Zydeco. It's evolving, and that's really fun to see. But in that French music, it's like I grew up loving Keith Whitley. He was the guy I listened to the most, you know, growing up. And whenever I learned about French music and hearing those waltzes, that was my Keith Whitley that I could play. That I could play some music that reminds me of Keith Whitley. And so I really enjoyed that. That's all I wanted to do. But then Charlie Murray put me on. Basically, he put me on. He recognizes, you know, he loves to support local music everywhere around him, and he's done that for me. And you know, I just take a chance because I know people want to hear this music, even if it does come from me. I was like, I think people just want to hear it. So I'm just trying to give them that best experience I can. And Charlie has a band. Another dude at Oakdale, Holly Rock, and he's opening up his first vinyl recorded album, and he's having it at the Toulouse How you say it? Tulos, the Tulos Theater in New Orleans. He asked me if I could open up for him. I was like, hey, man, I don't sing. All I do is play accordion. He said, I know what you do. That's what he said. I know what you do. He said, I want you to do that for me. I said, well, who else is opening? He said, no one.
No, so it's just
no one?
it's just gonna be you and Holly Rock.
It's gonna be me and then Holly Rock, and I don't know if they'll have me on or not. That would be up to the band. I know they're playing the recorded music, but that's me and then Holly Rock. I was like, how long? And he told me about 30 minutes an hour, whatever you want. I was like, I really didn't even think twice about it. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. If I'll do it for the kids in Lake Charles and elementary school, and if I'll do it for Oakdale and rainy gumbo contest weather, then I'll do it there too. Just take that chance. Just I guess is what I thought. I guess I'll do it.
No, Chuck will put you on situations if you think you can feel like when we did Hell Yes Fest down in New Orleans for 215.
Yeah.
And we had 6 different comedians on stage with us at one time.
Kidding.
So, and he was right there, and it was real nervous too, because you think you're hyped up for something, and you go down there and it's actually the time to go do it.
Yeah.
And when we got out there on stage, and just like I seen Chuck in the crowd, and that motherfucker knew I was nervous too. I knew it, and he was over there laughing and shit. I was like, look at this motherfucker. He'll put you in the spotlight. No problem at all.
But no, it's always been a good experience when he's asked me to do that kind of thing. Here at Krampus in Oakdale, that was such a good experience, just to see about 40 people watching me. That was my first time ever being in that kind of situation. And like I said, I never really had the aspiration to do so, but I know, just like I want to hear it, I want to hear myself play it too. If other people enjoy that, I shouldn't be so afraid to do that. I should hear it. Let them hear it. So.
Yeah, when I saw you, I was like, man, I'm about to record this bastard. I didn't realize that he could play accordion. I was sitting there recording. I was like, man, this motherfucker good. Like, good. And I walked up and I'm like, you're fucking good.
I was told that accordion playing is in your blood. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. I can definitely prove that wrong, because where I come from and who I am and the Cherokee roots that I have, I don't think I've ever had anybody in my family play accordion. But it turns out kind of, maybe not the accordion, but I've had some of my Cradere family from Cankton, which my grandma here, my grandma Claudette was a Boudreaux from Lewisburg, Louisiana, South Opelousas. And her mama was a Cradere. And there's like Johnny Cradere and Lacey Cradere. And they are guys that have recorded with like Aldous Roger, and the Lafayette Playboys. He was a Lafayette Playboy.
Oh, fuck.
So it's like cool. I don't know how many removed great grandma. I guess maybe great. It was my great grandma was my granny's mom. So it would be her first cousin. So however, that's my only link. That's my only link. But that is something, because somewhere down the line, French music was heard, and I didn't know about French music growing up here in Oakdale, which is sad in a lot of ways. But that's why I wanted to be one of the first ones to play French music in Oakdale. There's some Zydeco guy that we grew up with that plays music here, and he's great. He's got a good thing going. I grew up down the road from him too. Isn't that interesting?
From who?
What's Malik?
Malik?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's a Malik Papillon. That was Cornelius Moulton's little brother.
Oh, he plays music?
Dude, he plays Zydeco music.
Never knew.
Dude, here in Oakdale, shout out to Malik. He plays very, very, very good accordion.
Why haven't I known about this?
He played a Spring Festival just this year. I think last year, maybe even the year before that, he played a Spring Festival.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me his links.
Yeah, he's
I'm
good.
to find you.
That's a Malik Papillon, and was it a New Step Zydeco maybe?
Cornelius plays music in Texas still.
I think it was Chris Ordway and Jay Paul. He played drummer for them. Boom boom bap, boom boom bap. Like he did up on. Remember, he would play tuba. Was that him that played the ratchet?
Yeah.
When we were in school.
Him and Jermaine.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're right. It was both of them. I would. That's some of my fondest memories, just hearing that. I think I hear that in a good way in my sleep sometimes. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. in a football uniform hearing that.
Yeah, that's what was crazy because I was in the stands playing the music. You were on the football field playing football, and me growing up and graduating with you, sports guy.
Yeah, always. That was my life. I had an uncle that coached football, so I was always around sports with him and everything. He came here and coached for a while too, and I was always around sports.
And then now to see you tearing it up on the accordion, when you was talking about your bloodline and how it must have been like it's somewhere in your blood, accordion, I thought of a swimmer. Like all the swimmers going to the egg. I just thought one playing the accordion while you were saying that. And you never even knew.
Even when I was doing the swimming and I made it, I didn't know that I had that in my back pocket either. I had no idea. The only person that I ever knew that played accordion at all, or that I even paid attention to, was Wayne Toops. And I didn't even realize what kind of music he was playing. I was just like, oh, okay. He's from Louisiana. He played, okay, yeah. That's accordion? Okay. I never gave a second thought. Hearing Take My Hand and when those albums came out, my dad always listened to them. He'd skip the real French music stuff, but he'd go straight to Take My Hand.
Yeah, that's an iconic song for sure.
Truly.
I don't know. Wayne Toops to me is like a hybrid. It's like country mixed with Cajun, in my opinion. It's got a lot of country elements to his music.
Yeah, rock too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But but that's Zydeco.
So
he plays Zydeco just like Horace Stronghold. He plays Zydeco music. Zydeco has a lot of flex. Like these guys, like you see Wayne Toops take it to where he take it, but then you see Horace Stronghold take it to where he'll take it, and you see like Malik take it to where he'll take it. Chris Ordway. It's a really stretch kind of music. It's really enjoyable, and everybody relates to Zydeco. When you hear it, you feel it, and no matter where you're from, you can feel that beat. French music's very square, and I don't know why I liked it the most, but I did. But all those guys that the music, they all heard the same music first. They're listening to those older guys play. It's all culture that we're just trying to continue. I just love the sound.
So when you're performing a set, like when you went to the school, do you set up like a microphone, or do you just
acoustic,
just pure, as loud as it can play?
Especially with those kids.
Yeah,
it was like, I guess it was kind of like their PE time. So all did from pre-K to 5th grade. They would sit around me, and I'm like, all right, y'all want to hear a fast one or a slow one? No microphone, just me talking to them, and all sitting around, and they'll go fast, and then they'll get up. I'll start playing, and they will run in circles while I was playing a two-step.
Man, you had a mosh pit going on, a circle pit.
I really did. They were going. I mean, it was like you ever been in a round pool and everybody starts going around the outside of the round pool, and you create this big current. It was like a current of little second graders running around, just going nuts over French music. It was really something to see, but if that's their exposure to it, they're not going to forget that.
No, that's it's heartwarming there for sure.
Our
go give that to give that. You never know what inspiration you might give to one of them children and where that might lead.
That's what I was hoping for. That's all I was hoping for.
I believe everybody can be a musician. You just got to find the right instrument for you.
What was your first?
My first.
My
first what?
Your first. What was your first exposure to our Louisiana culture? Because I have something in mind, but I want to see what was your first. Like what do you remember you were taught about Louisiana first growing up here in Oakdale?
Here in Oakdale?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know where to begin.
Culture. I think I got something. I think it was Miss Weaver.
Oh God, not the stupid fucking song.
The Battle of New Orleans.
Yeah, no. What?
Yeah, I think that was my
Take a trip
first.
down the Mississippi River or something.
Man, you don't remember the song?
No, I don't remember the song. I'm 35, dude. How long has that been? Was that the 5th grade or some shit? That was middle school.
7th, I want to say 7th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade Louisiana appreciation class. I don't know what you call that. A Louisiana class.
Oh, I don't remember none of that shit.
You don't remember Miss Weaver?
Yeah, I remember Miss Weaver's old ass.
But yeah, we had to listen to that song, and I think that was my first. Maybe, hey, this is what our culture is about. This is the story of us. Like, no, it was like this gruesome lady that drug us through the curriculum that was given to her, and she didn't really show us really what our culture is about, which is the cooking and the music Which, I mean, we were known for fiddle music first before the accordion. It's just when the Germans came is whenever that accordion showed up. Before that, it was fiddle music. And the fiddle sticks on the fiddles, like really close to bluegrass.
I would say my first, like, real probably would be, like, Louisiana culture experience.
Yeah.
Probably be Mamu Mardi Gras, like, when I was a kid.
See, I couldn't say that. I've never been. I never went, never knew about it.
Yeah, my dad brought us, and I can say it was authentic as fuck because we were down there and the parade was going on, and about 45 minutes to an hour into the parade and stuff, someone started shooting down the road. My dad's like, "Oh, they're shooting. We gotta go." Yep, it's a true story.
Still happens.
Yep, still to this day. But going to, you can have traditional, like, in-city, you know, Mardi Gras, Mamu or whatever, but they also do the outer, like, trail rides and stuff. That's real cool to see.
Yeah.
Seeing people playing, like, you know, the accordion or whatever music.
Like Buzu Chavis. Yeah, the scrub board.
Yeah.
The frottoir.
Yeah. What's that called?
Frottoir.
The frottoir?
Frottoir.
Frottoir.
Yeah, frottoir.
Cool.
The matter of fact, Sunset, Louisiana, which is right by Grand Coteau, near Arneville, where I live, is known as the rubboard capital of the world. There's a guy that makes, I think it's the Key of Z is the name of his brand rubboard. He made the rubboard for Clifton Chenier for his brother.
All right.
And he made that rubboard for him, and he's considered to have the best rubboard to get.
Keep going. The other is, besides the scrub, it's called a rub board or a scrub board?
Both. You know, whichever.
Okay.
It's considered both. It's also called the frottoir.
All right, we're back. Called it just in time. It is hot in Louisiana, so always hydrate.
Yeah, hydrate.
Hydrate to dehydrate later. It's my off day, so I know most people, it's Sunday night, everybody's hydrating to get ready back for work. Me, I'm like, it's beer time.
It's beer time.
It's beer time. I'm going to watch that there LSU Tigers. Go Tigers.
Yeah.
I can't believe what they did to Coach O. Coach O was a superb coach.
He was a successful coach. I don't know if he was superb, but he was successful.
No, so scrub boards are... So there's so many different elements to Cajun and French music, and it's great that you've given us you've given me and the listeners some good insight on stuff I didn't know, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Joe. This is a really special invitation you've given me. You know, you've been doing this a long time, and I've known you for so many years, and you have a reason to come talk to me that I've never fathomed would be a reason to talk to me. You know, it's just I really enjoy doing this, and I appreciate you bringing me in today. This is really cool.
And it's kind of cool that you said that the excitement that you had beforehand, you know, you said you were a little nervous. Obviously, that's out the window now, and we're rolling the ball good, but it's kind of cool that you're going to bring this back and tell your coworkers, and they're going to listen and possibly subscribe. So that's always a win for us. The more we can get out there, the better, you know. And a lot of that's because of guests like you coming and sharing your art form with us.
Yeah.
And me and the listeners appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's I remember growing up, I've always been interested in where I'm from. I support LSU and Saints because of where I'm from, solely because of where I'm from. And I've found that I want to learn more about our culture, and the one way I wanted to do it is playing this instrument that I love the sound of it, but I never knew I would play until I just wanted to enough till I got one. And I'm just glad that I can make it sound as good as it should, and I'm going to continue to do that for the rest of my life. It's a lifelong thing.
So, what was the hardest part about learning the accordion? What's like one of the things that was like a brick wall for you, like you had to climb?
The first brick wall would be the doing one thing with your right hand and doing another thing with your left hand. It's like your brains are working from two different places in two different hands. And then that was a brick wall. And then another brick wall that was probably actually a little taller is to get that, how to replicate that sound that you hear commonly in the music, is all those embellishments and the bouncing and the triplets and everything that you play on the accordion, how to get that sound. A lot of YouTube, a lot of watching people. There's no book. There's not a lot of instructional video that go, you do this and this and this button, that button, pull, push. There's some, but it's not it's not a catch-all to where it's accessible and except for YouTube, and you could pick that up. It's got to be some exposure to Louisiana.
You ever thought about doing it yourself, like recording like some how-tos and stuff like that, maybe, and put it on YouTube? You never know. Like,
I kind of have, yeah. I've thought about it. They're just thoughts, but I have thought about it.
What's crazy to me personally, that's why like our YouTube push has been real hard, and I always push for people to subscribe to YouTube because it's the best platform for like content creation now. And a lot of people go, oh, TikTok, you know, you make a lot of money.
No, I've never been on TikTok.
I mean, we have a TikTok and I post stuff on there, but I'm not dancing. I don't care how many subscribers I would get if y'all seen me dancing. I'm not doing some of them stupid ass trends, excuse my language, and just dancing. First off, I can't dance that good. I can slow dance and I can do, raise the cup and you know, just
the red solo cup.
Yeah, just the small groove. So TikTok, if you are on our TikTok and you're expecting me to do any dancing, it's never going to happen.
All I do is jig.
Jig? You can jig?
I can't jig, but I mean that old rap song when we were younger. You know, we don't dance no more. All we do is jig.
Yeah.
All we do is jig.
Yeah, hip hop that's what's weird is of course, like, we're all more older and we've branched out and left Oakdale, but growing up, outside of band music, everything was fucking hip-hop or country music, mainly. That's
and
all.
I was a lot of country music. You know, Keith Whitley was my real inspiration growing up. In any form, it was the music I enjoyed the most out of all music. It was Keith Whitley. Keith Whitley would be the guy.
You know what's funny, too, is I see a lot of trends, like emo and heavy metal is starting to get, and like a lot of other people are branching into like metal and rock and stuff. I remember in high school and stuff, we were listening to like Slipknot and stuff like that, and people were so Christian and it was so out of it was so out their spectrum. They thought we were fucking devil worshippers and stuff. Oh, you're listening to that satanic music again.
That's probably mainly because how they look, though. I mean, the music's what the music is, but the way they look is really crazy.
90% of music is 90% of the time sad. I mean, it's just what form of sad you're hearing. It's just either blast metal, country music, R&B. You know, a lot of it's sad. I lost my old lady. It's just in different forms. Or I lost my old man, or my old lady cheated on me. You know, if you look at music and just as a whole, it's really a lot of it's sad.
Yeah, from personal experience, I know this French music that we have all around us here it's in French, it's in the French language, but a lot of the translation is some of the saddest, most specific real life stories that people experience. Like it's really if only I knew the translation of the own music that I play. I've looked some of them up. It's some real like Western type stories, you know, like some spaghetti Western type story, that specific, but it's so heartfelt. Like there's a song that's called The Waltz on the Mulberry Limb, and it's translated basically that this girl lives with her dad, right? She's a younger girl and she's fond about this boy. And the boy knows that he can come sneak over and come talk to her whenever there's a mulberry limb that's broken. So he comes sneaks over every evening and he comes see if that mulberry limb's broken. He comes talk to her. Well, one day he comes by and the whole tree's cut down.
God damn. I guess Dad didn't want him talking to her no more.
Sound like Dad found out what was going on with them limbs.
I got something for that.
Yeah.
So, what is your all-time favorite song as of now to play on your accordion?
Oh man, that changes. It really changes, but it's always a waltz. I really enjoy playing the waltzes the most. Like the family waltz I played for you earlier. Before we started, that's the one that I don't know. It reminds me of another song, but it's like a more soulful version of that song, completely different song. And I really enjoy to play that one. But then there's this other Octa Clark song that I really enjoy to play, and it's another waltz. It's always the waltz. It's always a waltz. There's one song that I learned that it don't hit as hard unless you have the whole band around you to play versus playing solo on accordion, but it's an old Michaud brothers. It's Andre Michaud's like dad and uncles. They all had it was a band in like 1987. They released an album, and it's called Un Livre de Tubac, and it translates to a pound of tobacco. And that song is really like sad and soulful, and it's one that I really enjoy to play too. But it's because I love the song as an individual, you know. But it don't come out as good. Then I'll play Amazing Grace. I really like to play Amazing Grace. The way you can really give it some true like soul, the depth of those deep reeds. You can make it real loud and stuff. I really enjoy to play that song. But it's all waltzes. It's the ones I like the most.
I got a whole bunch. I'm gonna have to send you some pictures. I got a whole bunch of vinyl waltz records just sitting in a stack.
Really?
Yeah. I'm about to send you some. Some of them are from like Germany, Spain.
Oh, I'd love to hear some. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can have them. I just have to go dig them out.
Appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah. Maybe you can draw some inspiration from it. I love
That's
you
what
collect vinyls, or you have a
I have vinyl,
player?
and I've salvaged some. Like I have this huge. I guess it might be an older entertainment center, but it's real big. It might be a little wider, a little longer than your table here, but it's got a record player cabinet. It's a record player cabinet basically.
Yeah.
So the middle of the table comes up like this, and the record player in there, and I probably have about 30 different vinyl that I know I'm going to listen to, but I don't have the player because I got that entertainment center, but it needs a new needle. And apparently when you get an old record player like that, you don't want to just start rubbing any old needle on your records because that's going to mess your records up.
Yep.
And that's about as much as I know about it. I just know I need to get a player. But even some of my Iceman records, like I couldn't wait to get Accordion, bro. I was like oozing at the gills to get it. Once I got it, I went to my buddy's house and played it once. But I know that when I get a record player, I'm going to I even have some French music, you know, that I'm going to play on there too. Some old Lawrence Walker. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that Holly Rock vinyl record, bro. No, it's got Oakdale on it. Like you got it on. If you're from Oakdale, you have to get that vinyl. I mean, it's history.
I had asked Chuck the other day because Iceman only has 2 vinyls. I didn't know that.
Okay,
and
I have 2.
And I asked him. I said, "Do y'all have any more? Because I know y'all have more records out there. I mean, you know, full length albums." He said, "No, you got the only 2 that we have." But and he was like, "Well, you can buy the new Holly Rock one." I said, "Well, put me down on the list."
Yeah, we are.
That's one. I tell everybody this: support your friends, support what they're doing, because hobbies hobbies and passions can turn into lifelong dreams, and you just sometimes that $20-$30 shirt goes a long way, or that $20-$30 record, or a $5 sticker. You know, whatever, you know, just support your friends, support their dreams and ambitions and goals and all that nice shit.
Yeah, just like you're doing here today, you know, like it's, I just wanted to get good at the accordion. It was just like this true inner curiosity where I wonder how good I could get. I wonder if I can make it sound like the way I hear when I hear some of these other records, anybody. And that's been my mission. And it's just, you know, the recognition has slowly came, and it is what it is with that. I just hope people enjoy the way I enjoy it. I truly enjoy to hear it, even when I play it myself. I just want to be better and better at playing it.
Just make sure to get you some, when you're doing some of these events, try to get some recordings of it. That really, like in the short realm, even though I ain't going to dance for TikTok, but putting those clips out there, because everybody's attention span nowadays, I'm surprised the listeners listen to the whole episode half the time, but because the attention span is like, you got 3 minutes. So when I make shorts, like some of the memes, like the funny things, 6 seconds long, 30,000 views. And then we do like a 3 minute, like in-depth thing.
6 seconds?
Yeah. And then it say for 3 minutes, right? In one of the shorts, some of the videos get 1,000 views. You're like, God damn.
I've put a couple of videos on YouTube of me playing accordion. I did one in the snow. It was that Dr. Clark song that I really enjoy. I put that one on there just for the sole fact that I know somebody's going to want to, like, what, Josh Townley plays accordion? I got to see this. So you research me, and I'm right there. And but I don't want to take it really past that. I just want to be able to give people that footage. Like, dang, he does play. Yeah. You know, he's doing it right. He's doing it the right way. And that's all I can ask for. So I got a couple on there, too. But I don't know anything about the followers and the views and stuff. I think I got some, but I don't even know how much.
So what are you doing after your performance? Do you have anything else lined up?
No.
Nope.
Nothing. No. I work, I go home, I play my accordion. I play every day. Sometimes it's for an hour, sometimes it's for 10 minutes, depending on what I got going on that day. And then I'll you know, and then Chuck would call me with something else, like Krampus and opening up for his album release. Like what? You know, like what? Like what? I'm still in shock, but I'm truly honored, and that's really all I do. I wait for Chuck to text me because it's for a good cause, you know.
Yeah.
Just like I realized that I wanted to play accordion on these grounds where we are right now, and here I am doing a podcast talking about it. You know, like that's what I want out of it. I like that.
Putting Oakdale on the motherfucking map.
Yeah,
proverbial
for
map.
a good reason. You know, for a really good reason. For an intentional reason.
You don't cuss much, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I see you. You must be reserved. I was like, hold up, should I not curse right now?
No, man, you say what you want to.
No, because only I gotta do is put explicit on there.
What's some of your sound buttons right here? They do.
Oh, I ain't even been playing with none of these today. We've been so deep in conversation.
Yeah, this has been a culture podcast.
We got sad trombone for everybody out there. Applause. Josh tearing it up on the accordion. And then we got this is when use this beat when we get sidetracked during the show or we can't think of something.
Okay, all right. So here we are. So you'll stick around.
Yeah, pretty much. But this has been fun. We're getting close to the end, and usually towards the end of the show, we do words of wisdom for the listeners. And do you have any words of wisdom that you would like to give to the world today, Josh?
Words of wisdom. I don't know. Maybe I'm not old enough and not wise enough to give the words. No, I would just say be persistent. Be persistent, whatever you do. You know, that's what I've tried to do with this, and as a family man, as a friend, as a human being, with a name, I just try to be persistent.
All right. And I guess my words of wisdom is to love yourself.
Like that.
Love
life.
Yeah. You got to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I fucking love you.
Love life. Shout out to Scott for Love Life.
Yeah. But, I do got something. You going to be at Krampus this year?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay. So this year I will be heading the toy drive for Krampus, and we are doing the toy drive. All the toys will be donated to the local ABA center here in Oakdale. And the ABA center is for autistic children. And so if you're listening out there, Void family, or anybody coming to Krampus this year, when you're looking for toys, look for Century toys or just any, books, colors. Because my youngest daughter goes to ABA there, and we have to sit down and talk to the teachers and stuff. And I noticed around the room that there ain't a lot of toys there, for them kids. And if a lot of people don't know, autism is on the rise, and like 1 in 31 kids are diagnosed nowadays with autism. So it's something that we need to look at, not look away from anymore. And this is one of the ways of me looking at it directly and helping not only my child here in Oakdale, but all of the children that have autistic needs in this area. So, yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
What?
Yeah,
oh, no, it's just, and I appreciate Chuck for giving me this responsibility to handle this, and I'm hoping for a good turnout on my first toy drive I'm ever doing, so I'm really excited about that. Because I've always donated it to, and me and Chuck were talking the other day, and he was telling me some stuff, and I was like, let me do it. He said, if you want it, do it. And then we got some other stuff coming out, but yeah, it's all kind of tied in with Krampus this year, and just come and make sure to come out and support. I know it's in December, but we're getting closer,
Yeah, that was a good turnout this year. It was really good to see like a lot of the Oakdale people that you don't normally see. Now that we've been out of school, 15, almost 20 years, bro.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm not counting, but it's been a lot of years. And
old ass man.
Hey, you're older than me. I know that for a fact.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year.
See what I'm saying?
I'm almost 40.
Damn, it's like I still remember a lot of those people, even at Krampus. They were, 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe 21 years old last time I seen them. And they were all out there supporting Oakdale in the freezing rain, and watching me play accordion. Like,
It was great. That's some of the
It really
best
is
times.
great. You know, even the mayor was out there. That was good to see. But, you know, I know he's wanting to get inspired and see what Oakdale has and what they're up to and what good we're trying to
I
do.
live right next door to the mayor.
Do you?
Yeah. Are you talking about Vidrine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's another guy that, you know, we've always seen growing up, and then you leave, and now he's the mayor.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
congratulations. You know, like, that's a really big thing.
Yeah, with all these old people being that young to win an election, because he's what, 25, huh? 24? He's young.
He's got to be older than that.
No.
He's got to be older than that. Be mayor of Oakdale? You think a 25-year-old could be mayor of Oakdale? Maybe.
Oh, I don't know how.
Maybe. He might be 30.
Yeah, I might be wrong, listener. Don't pay me no mind.
Yeah, me either. You know, we didn't go to school, get a law degree, nothing like that. We just went for a while. Only for a while.
But Josh, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for making the drive all the way to our beloved hometown of Oakdale. And listeners, make sure to stay tuned, because we got something very special coming up right after the show, a live performance. And Josh, Cricket, Joshua Townley,
Joshua Frank.
Is Frank your middle name?
That's my middle name. That's my dad and my son's middle name.
I got two middle names. You know I have two middle names?
What's your two middle names?
Joseph Dwayne Allen Willis. I just go by Dwayne, though, usually. Joseph
That's
Dwayne
the one I've seen the most, yeah. So that's funny. My son has two names. His name is Luca McKinley Frank Townley.
That poor mother.
Hey, his middle initials are MF.
Yeah.
That wasn't on purpose. That wasn't on purpose.
Did you realize that after the fact?
You know, this is when we realized it is, you know, when you have your child and they give you the paperwork, like, okay, what's the name going to be? You start making sure you spell it out real purposeful. It was right then I realized McKinley Frank. I was like, oh.
Well, it's better than mine. Mine's D.A.
D.A.
My sister used to call me.
Yep.
Yeah, Joseph. No.
Yeah, shout out to Carrie and Brandy.
Yeah, they doing all right. They're
I'm
good.
sure they are. Y'all good people, Joe. It's been a long time that I've known y'all, and it's always been an honor to know you and be friends with you. Classmates, a lot of memories together, man.
Mm-hmm. And look at us now, still create memories, just memories for everybody to see.
Yeah, for more people to see. You know, for more people to be inspired about where you live and what you do and how you carry yourself. That's all we're trying to do.
And there's a lot of talent right here in Oakdale, and we're just trying to show the world that there is. And shout out to Robert Meyer for the last episode, author from Illinois. We talked for about 35 minutes. It was a good sit down. And all the recent people that have been on the show, Shane, Darian, G. Scott, you know, everybody. Sage Rouge, saxophone player from New Orleans. Just Matt Farrell from, where were you from, Matt? I can't remember where Matt was from. It's up north somewhere, but just thank you to all the guests, everybody that takes time. And I'm Joe. What it do, Gators? And we are out. Good.
Fast or slow?
Huh?
Fast or slow?
That was good.
Oh, you got it already?
Yeah, I was recording.
Oh, you like that one? Okay.
Yeah.
You like that one?